Ooh.
Okay, let's go.
I think it comes at no surprise that our local armies have already heard this song.
Oh no!
But I would still want to know your opinions on this song.
Yeah,
So,
it's been a minute since I've listened.
Yeah.
all right, so you are now reacting to the solo artiste, RM, from the boy group BTS.
Wait, doesn't one of them play saxophone?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is this guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tenor.
Tenor?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
I saw a picture of one of the BTS members, didn't know which one it was, but it's this one.
And his song Nuts off of his 2024 album Right Place, Wrong Person. We are dropping this on his birthday, so happy birthday, RM.
Happy birthday.
RM!
I like your music.
Thanks for being so inspiring. Leader.
Some people see this song as a raw portrayal of toxic, possibly abusive relationship, where RM details manipulation and emotional breakdown. His lyrics, like "Best gaslighter, no man could ever fight her," support that interpretation, while other people view this as more of a metaphor. RM wrestles with his identity, fame, or even his public persona. The chaos in the lyrics and production is seen as symbolizing internal conflict or feeling nuts under pressure.
If it's that serious, would the word nuts suffice? We'll find out. Like, I'm thinking nuts is like, that was nuts, you know?
Yeah, it's almost like satirical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a walnut. Think about it. Like it cracks under pressure.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Dude, call me an English major. The way I don't have a job.
Nuts.
This song is composed by BJ, WNJ, Mokyo, Kim Ail, Nancy Boy, Lee Tae-hoon, RM himself, San Yeon, and Junkyard. If you're hearing this right now, that means this video isn't monetizable, nor is it sponsored. Instead, this video is brought to you by you, our YouTube members and supporters on Patreon. Patreon and YouTube memberships are how viewers like you can support our team and also gain access to tons of exclusive content.
Kind of the heartbeat of this song, just this drone, just a still life. Did I just make a little comment on the next song?
Thank you so much to all of you who already support us. We really couldn't keep doing this without you. And now, back to the video.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, nuts!
I'm gonna get it out of the way, he's so hot. Okay, now.
Smooth like butter. Sorry.
Hello, Thundercat.
Oh, this is so squishy.
Ooh. That bass line's nasty.
Bongos?
There's a lot going on in the background, the percussion.
Whoa. Nice. Little distinction, little half step.
I could make this right place for you. I could make it just right for you. I could
Like the Morse code.
Oh, so there's like a bongo in there.
I could make
It's like the squishiest bongos ever. It's
pro rider.
little triangle in there.
Must be an A1 got her always throw a fucking slaughter when it come to love. She could be a damn fighter. Fast gas slider. No one man could ever fight a hago. Man, 어찌 모든 걸 함께 해. 어째 이제
The way he can flow in both English and Korean. And it's so interesting how he can just go in between.
So like a little bit behind the beat. That's like just the cool thing.
Must be an A1 got
I like that bass line, the
when it comes to money. What
does that mean?
Be a damn fighter.
How mean?
Fast gas slider.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Nuts. 괴물이 된 꼴이 you look like your guts. 그저 껍데기뿐인 trust.
These chords.
Freaky, you freaking me.
Oh, it's so creepy. I love it.
Love is for the freaks. I could make this.
I love this. I'm so into this. You hear that in the back?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for something. I'm liking it, but, you know.
That's the chord he's playing.
It's like nervous sounding.
I kind of mess with it like a lot.
Now lay back.
Ooh.
Okay, let's go.
Wow.
No, you afraid of heights.
It's so much brighter.
That's a more majory mode, I think.
Now lay back.
Wow, that's instrumental.
And like, that's a nice guitar line.
What could this mean? That's me.
Don't say it goodbye. 너 간 뒤로 비로소 난 살아있어. 매일 밤이면 과거의 나에게 보내는 미소를 써.
I'm carrying
한
microtones.
잔이면 털어질 모든 기억. 믿지도 않은 시기를 빌어. 네가 내 전부던 20대에서 벗어날 수 있도록 행복하길 바래. 진심이야 믿겠지만
I love this.
There's a
Oh, it's
stigma
different
on
now.
my chest. It's called you. 함께했던 것조차 믿기질 않는 it was a flu.
This is super like
You could see the colors coming.
The line's like melting. Yeah, it's like so gross.
Baby, please, forever,
Oh my God.
ever wish you with true happiness.
But this is kind of like, I feel like spiraling thoughts like, ah!
It'd be feeling like Shark though.
Wow, that was awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Aw,
don't
what a
look at me like
cutie.
that.
Oh, that put a smile on my face. That was so good.
That's an interesting ending. It kind of just stops.
It does go perfectly into the next song on the album. It goes like brum 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 brum, and then new groove in the next song.
That's sick.
That's cool.
Okay, this is crazy, but I've never listened to RM solo music before, and that was wow. Well, okay, I know that.
That was a heck of an introduction. I've got to say, this is like the most funky thing I've ever heard from him in a really, really great way. I was a big fan of the very first EP that he released, I think. That was called Mono. That was very like chill vibes. This was chill vibes in like it hurts kind of way, which is great because I'm all about like chilling when you're in pain.
Yeah.
I love this album so much because there's just so much he says.
Well, he just pays so much attention.
There's so much attention to detail.
Yeah.
And how he's expressing what he's saying verbally as well as musically, and the music really supports a lot of the things that he is putting in his lyrics.
Yeah.
Wow, he's a good rapper, man. He's got really good flow and like really great inflection.
His like tone of voice is just so satisfying to listen to.
He has his voice too, where it just like sits in this like beautiful resonance about his like lower middle range, where he's able to just have like this like really masculine sound. It just sounds like really epic and like kind of badass.
So within the pocket and so like nonchalant.
Is really creative with his voice and with the way that he's pronouncing certain words and accenting certain syllables as well. It's really tasteful.
I could listen to it for hours.
You could feel the inner like fire.
But I also think like the arrangement of it is like particularly amazing.
One of my favorite things to listen for and when I listen to a new song is every time that I hear something that I'm not expecting, I'm like, oh, whoa, my mind is blown. So this happened like at least 4 to 5 times where there would be this thing happen. There was like, whether sometimes it's a harmonic thing, sometimes it's a rhythm thing.
Just, it keeps everything fresh. And it keeps you like, it's like pretty gritty. There's some like really microtonal parts, but then you can still like make these musical connections that I think just makes a song so good.
Yeah, and it kind of does a lot with a little. It feels like every switch up is like very calculated.
To me, it felt very transitional with this. Like he established something and then added something else that was like leading to the next part and then dropped out one of these voices. And then while this one dropped out, another thing came out to like fit the next groove. Here it is. Like it's all pretty steady. And then around 120, you get these like open guitar chords that are just kind of dissonant and mysterious, I would say.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, oh, what? This, to me, it's like, okay, like I can hear it being a part of it, but it's not what I'm thinking for this. And then, right? The groove is still going, but the bass is out. And your ear is still hearing those chords. Groove is still going. And then you're in a new spot, right? And those chords stay the same. In a way, they're not exactly the same, but
They have enough common tones.
exactly, enough common tones for you're like, okay, that's what I just heard, right? The groove still stays the same. They drop out the bass, a little bit of the percussion, and then boom, it hits you, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like this spot is just opening up from the spot that previously happened, the transition spot. So yeah, it does feel like you're hitting a wall, but it feels like you're naturally hitting a wall. Not like a wall just appeared in front of you, but like you've been seeing the wall coming towards you and you're gonna hit the wall. You know what I mean?
It's like jarring, but in the most cohesive way that it can be, yeah. I also think like this is kind of falls into the category of a lot of experimental rap music where it's like very clearly not for everyone, and that's almost like the point. Like they really, really do want to like push your ears, even if you already do listen to jazz, listen to like groundbreaking kind of rap music. Like you still, they want to see if they can push it even further with like voice leading and really crunchy sounding chords and really just ugly timbres. It's pretty cool.
You guys mentioned some like crunchy sounds. What were like the different dissonant aspects of this track?
So you have the bass one at the beginning, which is probably like a more minor mode. Oh, I need to find the center.
Yeah.
It's too flat too. To go to A flat or to have a flat 2 in minor is like such a very stark thing, and it's very common. A lot of composers use flat 2 in minor. It just has that sort of weird openness, but sort of like a creepy.
Yeah. Well, and also like I guess when I was hearing it again, I guess I didn't pay much attention to the step down in like ba da 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 ba 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 ba. Yeah, and that's interesting. Kind of paying more attention to that because I feel like it's like an unexpected mode, and then at the same time I feel like it leaves the whole thing kind of ambiguous in a way, but still like unsettled, anxious, like I don't know.
Also like the moment where they go into like the double time thing, like it was like oh my gosh, yeah. It's also like it's almost like they're like imitating like a fast swing without actually needing to be a fast swing. Like,
I just love how once we get to the end and then all that instrumental builds in and it's like we get over like at first he's like talking about like those bad memories in his past, and then we have this like more like ever since whoever left, like suddenly he feels alive, and it's this like kind of powerful feeling when the instruments gradually build in.
It's like a textural release.
Yeah, it opens up. It stops rapping up. He stops rapping about. He stops rapping about like these really intense things. Like, is he being satirical? It's like, what are the layers? And then it's just like lay back. You know, you've never been so high. You're afraid of heights. It's almost like a joke. There's like a little humor in it, and it's like the lyrical content is suddenly a lot less dense, a lot more free, and it's almost like you can lay back and just enjoy that section. It's very meta.
Yeah. What?
B flat.
Ah,
relative major, baby. There we go. There we go. Not the first thing I did.
And then there's like so many like colorful changes that he's making.
Oh, interesting. So he's singing the major 7th, but nothing else in the instrumental has a major 7th in it.
Yeah, because it's all arpeggiated just in the triad.
Just triads.
Also, we spend so much time kind of meandering within that like ostinato that he's just singing over and over again. So then when we release to like lay back, it's like we're ascending, and then like the chord goes up. And then you have all of these like arpeggios and a new instrument. You have the electric guitar now being like the dominant background instrument. It's just so good.
Like the effect stuff, like at the very end, the whole transition into a more like developed musical area is cool.
It's just so disorienting. Like something about it is like you hear that? Like there's like and like that crunches and like just like all of these like really like cool compressed and like distorted sounds.
The static too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the static too. The whole feeling kind of feels a little like drunk, and like you're a little like ooh. And then especially at the end here, because of this distortion, all these different sounds.
It just feels like so thick and like stodgy, especially with like how like the drums sound.
The effects on these drums like sound like they're falling apart.
Yeah.
Like you hit the bass drum and it gets like all crumbly, and same thing with the snare drum.
Like our perception here of reality is a little distorted, and I think the distortion there is like nuts. Yeah.
That's like
is it slightly off pitch?
It is.
Is it microtonal? There's like really like an in-between tension happening.
When you think about microtonality, think about it in the perspective of film scoring. When somebody writes a purposefully bad sounding scene, it's obviously for a horror movie, and when you're watching the movie, it sounds in place. So we take that in this context. I have no idea what he's saying. However, if what he's saying is exactly like what we were talking about at the very beginning, that makes so much sense. It's you said a manipulative and kind of wishy-washy relationship. This is kind of the dementation of one realizing that they're in this kind of relationship, and it's starting to get a little crazy. Like, I don't know. The lyrics might very well be something along those lines.
See, I couldn't hear that because without perfect pitch, I can.
Okay, so microtonality. Okay, so this is an A. This is A equals 440 hertz, and then every note also has their own hertz kind of deal. But when you're talking about half flats and half sharps, you're basically going.
In the 21st century, most of us are now used to hearing everything in tuning that is according to a piano with these tones. But if we have something that's a little bit off from that, our ears cannot really tell what pitch is that. It's just gonna drive you crazy, especially if you're someone like me with perfect pitch. So you're like, I don't know what note that is on a piano, and then you play it and it's not quite right. So that's kind of how you can tell it's a microtone. The usage of microtones in the instrumental of this give you that feeling that something's a little bit wrong or painful.
It's you slowly realize how weird those notes are. And is that a real voice? Is that a synth voice? What's going on? And then it's the instrumentals, they know how you're feeling. And right when you're coming to grips with it, it expands on it. It makes it a lot more surreal, experimental, crazy.
And the one that it's like a half step off.
That was towards the end.
And also, it's probably also made to be microtonal, so it's not completely in tune anyway.
Yeah.
But it's just so off-putting that it's so close but so far.
Right towards the end, doing repeating this and just putting those two very dissonant ideas that are the same idea but just off by a half step, and it's just on top of each other. It was just that was so cool.
It just makes everything feel really off kilter. Something's not quite sitting in the place it should be, which I think is a great way to emphasize musically the message of this whole album and also this song. Something's wrong, something's painful, something's hurting you.
You know what I'm kind of realizing? So right at the beginning, it's very rhythmic and he's on the beat, and it's almost like he's being constrained. But then it comes later on, he starts to get off the beat. He starts to get off the beat kind of wishy-washy, and it's the constraints are slowly going away, and then it's back. And it's going back and forth from feeling constrained to feeling free and alive. And so that could be what he's representing. And then right at the end, I think is when he's he's just not on, fully on the beat.
This is so true.
He's slowly going back and forth until he's just off of it.
Because at first, when you listen to this up front, maybe I don't if you did not tell me any of that, just listening to it up front, I would be immediately okay, we're losing this kind of form in the beginning since it's so da bum bum bum. But then in the end, it's totally out there.
Yeah.
But in the context of the song, instead of that super loose part being interpreted as oh, this is falling into madness, no.
It's falling
this
into
is freedom. It's freedom from the bar.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're getting at.
Also tonally.
And totally.
Yeah. Tell him.
And that thing that goes on the fifth, it's well, I think they should add it to the Fanchant. Just have all of them go, ow, ow.